here in my house. Hopefully you're all doing okay. Thinking of you all on this really, really cold morning, but it is really, really sunny. Autumn is finally here. It really, really is, isn't it? Like the last few days, it's been absolutely freezing. I think I can safely say that. Like we have refused to put the heating on yet. So we're trying to hold off as long as we can with putting the heating on. And I think I am at that point where I'm like, I think we might need to put it on because I'm feeling quite cold when I'm in bed. And I am sleeping in long sleeve pajamas at the moment. So yeah, feeling a little bit cold there. I'm going outside and I'm thinking, yeah, I need a heavy duty jacket as well. So I do think maybe are we getting to this point where we might need to put the heating on. Have you guys put the heating on yet? Please let me know. Are you there or are you not there? I'm just going to quickly rig up the chat. Who's that? Someone's having a McDonald's breakfast. What? No. Right, so let's talk about McDonald's, shall we? So if you are actually, God, that's all I ever talk about, I swear to God. If you are going to be watching my vlog, which is going to go up tonight, so please tune in for the premiere. It is a spend a weekend with me. And there is a little bit of a McDonald's situation. And the big thing with McDonald's at the moment is the monopoly, right? Is anybody winning on the monopoly? God, please let me know. Like, I really want to know what you guys are winning because I have won God knows how many chicken nuggets, God knows how many double cheeseburgers. And I think I'm just going to turn into Ronald McDonald, the amount of McDonald's that I'm actually eating at the moment. It's quite crazy. Let me do some shout outs and let's see who we've got. Right, here we go. We're on it now. Right, let's see who we've got in the chat. We have got Belvedere, we've got John Stanley, we've got Penny, we've got Karina Jane, we've got Victoria Scott, we've got Vicky, we've got Lynn Lord, we've got Vera Poole, we have got Andrew Cook, we've got Amanda Beach, Anna Tidmarsh is here, Lisa Pryor, the Master Goose is here, Elizabeth Copland, we've got Hayley Marie, Beverly Marr is here, Jules B, Barry Coppock is here as well, we've got Roger Kangaroo, we've got Craig Cargill, David Jolson, Gillian Steves, said Hayley Marie, haven't I? So I'm working my way backwards, so I'm probably going through the same names here. We've got Eugene McGeever as well. We've got Lee Davis. Yo, Lee is in the house. And hang on, if you want to shout out, please let me know now. Let me know. We've got Jeanette, we've got Tim. We've got Walk Me Tim. Sally at Cupcake Toppers UK, Debbie Hastings. We've got Chloe Morgan, Bubbly Cadbury is here, Christopher Goff, we've got Jacko, we have got Michelle Butterworth and Daniel Butterworth. We've got Jonathan NCD as well. We've got Dina Gill. Ryan Toon has been a channel member for 5 months. Thank you so much, Ryan, for your support over the last 5 months. I really appreciate it. Hi, Gabby Starbuck. Brilliant live stream. Absolutely magnificent YouTube channel. Can't believe I've been a Super Louder member for 5 months. Oh, Ryan, I've loved having you as a member. Thank you so, so much. It does mean the world to me. Thank you. I'm going to be giving away some channel memberships on my next live, actually, guys. So watch this space. And we've got Lynn Lord as well. I think that we've caught up. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all my moderators as well who have given up their time to actually come and get involved in Coffee Morning and make sure that this is a nice positive space for us. So they are absolutely fantastic at what they do and I'm so proud to have them on the team. We've got Fiona Watkinson as well. Good morning to you, Fiona. And we've got Linda. Hi, Gabby from Canada. Wow, I can't believe that we have like people tune in for Coffee Morning from places like Canada and like Jay is from like Australia and it's just mental. Shaq Pro is here as well. Michelle Butterworth has been a channel member for 24 months. 2 years have flown. I can't believe that. We haven't put the heating on yet. We are snuggling up with duvets instead. Yeah, I think we've got to go as long as we can, right? So let us know. Have you put your heating on? X Tracy 1983. Hi, Gabby from sunny Norfolk. It is sunny today, but it's a little bit cold. So Rux is here. Hi, Rux. I was actually going to mention your little story today about the spiders. So just bear with me on that one because that's going to come out in a little while. We got KP as well. Hi, Gabby. We've been following you both for over a year and first time join chat. Beautiful family. Just got home from Hopton Holiday Park. Oh, wow. I sing there sometimes. Yeah, I hope you've had an amazing holiday. And thank you for joining the Coffee Morning live stream. Penny says it's meant to be 19 degrees today. Well, that's not too bad, is it? But it is. This is a thing with this time of year. The mornings are very cold. Paul says 32 in Sydney today. Got the air conditioning on. Okay, I'm a little bit jealous. I'm not going to lie about that. Joe says, hey, Gabby, no heating yet, but they have still put the price up. Yeah, they do keep doing that, don't they? The little buggers. This is what I'm asking people. Lee says not yet. It'll come on when it goes to 18. Yeah, I totally with you on that. Jonathan says,
I said, didn't I?
Yeah.
When the house temperature says that.
Yeah. Jonathan says, I'm in Scotland and no heating. Heating is still off, has been since March. Well, you're going strong then, because Scotland it can be quite chilly. So well done to you. James is here and says, good morning, everyone. Delighted to be catching on live for once. Oh, brilliant. It's so great that you're on here. Honestly, it's lovely to see everyone on here. Hayley says, no, haven't had it. Haven't had to put the heater on yet. Okay. Yeah, I think I've caught up with everyone on this. Craig, oh, thank you, Craig. Thank you so much. I got a McDonald's breakfast this morning. I won a free PSL, so I will be back later. Lol. McDonald's do PSLs? Like, Craig, do they? I do know that they do, what is it? Like a honeycomb, is it a honeycomb latte? They do a honeycomb latte. I don't know if they're doing those on the McDonald's, but if you have won a PSL, that's pretty good going. Or maybe you live in an area where your McDonald's does do a PSL. Or unless you're just joking, I'm not sure. But I had a honeycomb latte. Me and my mum were travelling back from a gig on Saturday night. And we went into McDonald's. Like, be careful with McDonald's. Like, they're a little bit sneaky at times. Because I won 2 double cheeseburgers. Never claimed them at all. Didn't even load them onto the app. Just had the little ticket things. And me and my mum wanted a couple of hot chocolates just to sort of like keep us going on the way home and everything. And we said, well, we might as well just like, we were going to get some food anyway. We said, let's just use these tickets up. So we were like, okay. So we went into McDonald's, into the drive-thru. We had to wait while they updated the system. So that was a couple of minutes. So that was a bit of a pain. And then went to the counter and I said, can we have 2 hot chocolates? And they said, no, we said this at the speaker. They said, oh no, we've got no hot chocolates. And I was like, like McDonald's are a little bit frustrating when it comes to things like that. Sometimes when you really want something, they don't have it. And it does tend to be at night. So no hot chocolates. I went, okay, well, I want something kind of sweet because I don't want coffee. So I said, we'll have 2 of your honeycomb lattes then. We'll take 2 of them. And I've got 2 of these little tickets here. We'll have 2 double cheeseburgers with these 2 little tickets. And he said, they've already been redeemed. And I went,
no, were you trying that? Or did you?
No, this is what I'm saying. I hadn't redeemed it. I haven't had any free double cheeseburgers. I don't think I've redeemed anything. Like with you, I think we redeemed some chicken nuggets or something, didn't we? But I honestly, and the thing is, usually with these tickets, you know they haven't been redeemed because they take them off you. Do you know what I mean? So you don't have them no more. And they said they've been redeemed and I hadn't loaded anything onto the app. And I was like, okay. And I thought, well, I'm not going to argue it or anything, but I know for a fact we hadn't had them. So I thought it's a little bit sneaky, but I said, okay, no problem. I said, we'll just pay for them. So like an idiot, didn't really look at the amount, just handed my phone over and paid. And then they give us the coffees. And then they said, I said, we're waiting on 2 double cheeseburgers that we've just paid for. And he said, they didn't go through. And I said, no, I know they didn't go through, but we then paid for them. And he said, oh no, you didn't pay. And I looked at my amount and I thought, well, it come up to like £5 something. So I thought, so probably not. And I went, can I pay then? And they said, yeah, can you pull up and just wait while we cook them? And I was just like, what? And I was just like not getting out of McDonald's. Do you know what I mean? I thought going through the drive-thru was going to be a quick old situation and it really wasn't. I was just like stuck there for like forever. I should have vlogged it really because it was a classic moment. And anyway, these honeycomb lattes, the great big build-up, they were crap. And I'm not joking. They were rubbish. It was like drinking warm milk that was watered down milk with essence. You know, like, you know when you have a herbal tea and it doesn't act, and say you're having like a strawberry herbal tea, for example, and it doesn't actually taste like strawberries, but when you drink it, it just kind of smells like it, and you kind of, it just does your senses a little bit rather than actually physically tasting it. That's what the honeycomb latte was like. And I was just like, well, I can kind of smell a bit of honeycomb or something sweet going on in there, but this is just diabolical. Like, I should have just said, love, can you please give me a cup of milk watered down, please? That's what I should have said. And it was rubbish. And the thing is, I know exactly what happens because I've worked in like coffee shops before, and I worked on the camp where we've had machines and stuff like that. Basically, their machine has run out of milk powder or milk or whatever it is they use in there, and they've just not realised it's gone. So when they're putting it underneath it, pressing the button, they're just letting it just dispense whatever comes out, and they're just not actually observing the fact that the milk's gone or anything like that. And that's exactly what's happening because I sort of know that taste. I've had enough hot drinks in my time to know. Honestly, I am, no word of a lie, and I'm not bigging myself up here, but I am a coffee/hot chocolate connoisseur. I am. I've worked in coffee shops. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, and I drink a lot of them, so that counts for something. So yeah, a bit disappointed with the whole McDonald's situation. KP, thank you so much for your little fox high-fiving me. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Sally says, Gabby, you showed the code on your vlog and someone loaded it to the app. I was going to message and warn you, but I watched last night and was too late to message.
Yeah, but you've already used it, so they can't.
No, I revealed what I won on my vlog and held it up.
Yeah, but when you hadn't used it?
No, and that's why it had been redeemed.
Yeah, but how did they know
Sally,
that you hadn't...
seriously? Do people try that one?
But how did they know that you hadn't resumed it? They took
They probably just tried it. Because they load it onto their app. Because you can load them onto your app.
All right.
I don't believe that. I've been mugged
It's no
off.
different to accidentally showing your credit card, right?
I didn't really think about it with McDonald's. Like, I mean, I wouldn't show my debit card, no, but I didn't really think about it with McDonald's. Oh, guys, whoever did that to me, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. I wanted that double cheeseburger, you little sods. Thank God it was free. Master Goose says that's so typically YouTube these days. Oh my God.
They're cheeky.
I know. Sally says, I've seen TikToks where it's happened to people. Oh my God. Lee says, it was me, Gabs. Was it, Lee? Nah, you wouldn't do that to me, Lee.
Yeah,
you know how much I love my
it's
Mackies.
also like, say for example, somebody's waiting for a certain coupon or whatever that will win them £200 or something, and you reveal it, and they go, "Oh, I need that."
Oh
one.
my God, like,
Yeah, boom.
call me naive, but I just did not even think about
I'm sure
that.
you won't do that again.
I've done it in my next vlog as well, with me and
Well,
you.
make sure you spend that then first.
This'll get people watching if you want a freebie. Oh my God, like I just filmed the weekend with me, and me and Tim reveal in the vlog what we've won. Oh my God. No, it's not fair to blur it out. It would ruin the content. But the only thing is, what if, right, I keep winning Whitehall all the time? I keep getting Whitehall. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, I've got Whitehall again. And I only need like so many to do the collection, but I just keep getting Whitehall. And if I got all the others, then I'd be fine. But if someone needs Whitehall and they're like, oh, I only need Whitehall, and I've shown Winehall. Winehall? I've got wine on the brain. I've showed Whitehall so many times in my vlogs and just not thought about it. Oh my God, wait till I tell my mum. Oh my God, I thought that was unusual. When I was like, they said it's been redeemed, I was like, huh? Like, I thought it was weird because I was like, I haven't spent it. And oh my God, and I didn't even twig that someone could do that to me. Wow. Yeah, how do you sleep at night? Was it you, Lee? Was it? Come on, Lee. You know I love my Mackies. I don't think you'd do that to me. Oh my God, how funny. Very, very brutal. Brutal. Oh, Ben McSporran's in the chat. Hi, Ben. And we've got Rebecca J as well. Louisa says, Gabby, I prefer a chicken royale from Burger, please. Yeah, do you know what? I do like a Burger King, but we don't... Do we still have a Burger King in Yarmouth? Is the Lighthouse a Burger King still?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. You know, I'm so used to everything closing down in Great Yarmouth. I thought our Burger King was gone too, but it hasn't. So it got overlooked, really. Okay, well, I did win 6 chicken nuggets and a double cheeseburger in this one as well. Now I'm thinking, God, I better go back and re-edit it because I really want those 6 chicken nuggets. Unless I use it today. Yeah, maybe I'll use it today. I didn't realise people could do that. Well, there you go. That is brutal, isn't it? Burger King used to be in Market Gates, Tracy says. I think it's still there. It's still there. I thought it closed down, but it's still there. Dawn says, I can't believe someone would do that. I would never think of doing anything like that. Neither would I. I'm just like an innocent brain. Do you know what I mean? I'm so naive. The Master Key says, good excuse to go to Mackey's today. But the thing is, I am a bit Mackey's out. Because... Hello, Happy. Thanks for joining us. I'm really McDonald's out because when I gig, right, because I don't want to cook because I've got a lot on getting ready and sorting my playlists out and stuff like that, I go, oh, team, let's just go and get like a McDonald's and we'll just go and have that. And then we've got really worry about doing anything like that. And that's probably the only time I will have a McDonald's or a KFC or something like that. I don't usually. It's not, we don't really like, if we're walking around town or anything, like we'll go and get like a coffee from Starbucks and that, but we don't really head to McDonald's as such. It is just kind of like an emergency dinner, so to speak. But I am there a lot, so I do a lot of gigs. What can I say? So I don't even know what I'm saying now. I've just gone on a subject, changed the subject, and yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, move on. Right, so what I wanted to talk about today, big time in Coffee Morning, was I want to get your thoughts on it because I really think this is a little bit up for debate and discussion. So with Craig, thank you. Get yourselves a McDonald's on me. Craig, thank you. Thank you. That will replace my cheeseburgers that I've lost. Thank you. That is so kind of you, Craig. Thank you. Can't believe someone stole my cheeseburgers. I can't believe that. Oh, Sally, thank you. Thanks. I'm like, just, yeah, it's not something I ever thought about. Craig, that's kind. Thank you so, so much. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay, so on this channel, we've done Pet of the Week, right? And we are humongous fans on this channel of pets. We love cats, we love dogs, we love all animals. Jay Robinson loves every single animal in the zoo. I think we all do. We love him. But there comes a time where there's places for animals and places not for animals. So I have a real bugbear with like Smidge if he decides to jump on the dining table or on the kitchen worktops and things like that. Because for me, that is a big clash. Like it used to be, like when we first got Smidge, don't let him in the bedroom. Well, obviously that changed. But to be fair, he's pretty good. But like when it comes to food and things like that, I'm a bit like, don't know. So anyway, my great big debate of Coffee Morning this morning, and I'm really on the fence with this. The big question is, let me do the poll actually. I'll put a poll up. I'll quickly write it and then I'll say it and repeat it. The poll is in the chat if you're watching on replay, so you might see there's a bit of a pause here because we're just putting a poll up. Hope I spelled that right. Yeah. The poll is now up. You can vote. Should dogs be allowed in coffee shops? And the only reason I'm having this debate, and I'm a bit on the fence with it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. That's why I wanted to have the debate, because if I was like I'm all no or I'm all yes, then I wouldn't be having this debate, because everybody would just hate me for an opinion. But I am like in the middle on this one, because I've got my pros for why I think they should go in coffee shops, and I've got my cons why I think they shouldn't go in coffee shops. Yes, Daddy? Casper would like you. I really love it when I'm doing coffee one and I sit here like the Queen, and Tim has to do everything. It's amazing. So honestly, like, me and Tim were in Starbucks, and this happened on a couple of occasions actually. And we're having a PSL, and we just sat down in there, and like Casper's sort of sat, and Casper, we do still put Casper in like a child's high chair if the seating isn't appropriate. Like sometimes if there's like a little sofa area or something, we can wedge him in the corner, we'll sit him there. But if it's like normal chairs, we have to put him in like a high chair, because Casper will be running around all over the place, and we'll get the filthiest looks under the sun, believe me. But nobody frowns upon what we saw in Starbucks, and we were having a PSL, and we were sat there, and when you are sat in a coffee shop, you do clock things that are going on around you, and you do kind of, without realising, you do people watch a little bit, don't you? And there was some people that had got a dog with them, and it was quite a fluffy dog, to be fair, and it came in the coffee shop with them, and there were a few dogs that had come in this day actually, which is fine, but this dog was jumping up at the counter, like literally had its paws on the counter. And bear in mind, food is served on there when you buy it, and it's not the cheapest snacks, is it, under the sun? They put food down on the counter. And the dog, what happened with the lid? Did it touch the lids or something? Its nose touched the lids. You know, the ones that you drink out of on a takeaway cup? So it was up on the counter, and its nose was like touching the lids. And I did say to Tim, that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable if I'm drinking out of a takeaway thing, knowing that somebody else's dog has had its nose on the lid that I'm going to be drinking from. But it didn't seem to be an issue at Starbucks. It seemed to be very acceptable. And I go in that Starbucks quite a lot, and I think they make a great PSL, and I can't fault them under the sun. And it might be that they just didn't realise. But I was a bit like surprised and a bit taken back by it. When I worked on a holiday park, dogs were allowed in a certain part of our like coffee shop / bar. So there was a certain area. So where food was being served, there was no animals in that particular area. So you couldn't walk through a certain way. But if you've got dogs, you could go through another entrance, and then you could sit comfortably inside, but obviously no food was being served in that area, so it worked, you know, and it was quite good. But I'm just like, I understand as people that are going out with their dogs, if it's cold, we want to have a coffee, we want to take our dogs in 100%. Like if I'd got a dog, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, I've got to get a takeaway, damn it, and I really want to go and sit in the coffee shop. Oh, 100% understand that, and I do, but I think ideally, like if I was being the Prime Minister of this country, I think maybe if somebody just sort of sat down at the table with the dog, and then the other one went and got the drinks, that might be a bit more advisable, like sort of in my opinion. I said I weren't going to have an opinion on this, and I'm kind of showing you that I do. But also, we were in Caffè Nero once, me and my mum, and we sat down and we didn't realise, and this dog just jumped up at my mum, and my mum was like, oh, like really frightened my mum, because she weren't expecting it. You know, you go sit down for coffee, you don't expect a dog to come out of nowhere and jump up at you. And the owner went, oh, she won't hurt you. And my mum was like, well, no, I understand that it might be a harmless dog, but I don't sort of dressed to go round town, and I don't want someone's dog sort of jumping up at me. Do you know what I mean? As lovely as they can be, like some people don't want a dog to jump up at them, whether they're harmless or not, do they? Especially when they're sitting down innocently in a coffee shop just wanting to have a peaceful coffee. But you know, I'm all for dogs and I love them, and if I'm going for a walk, I do want to sit in a coffee shop and I do want to have my dog with me and we sit in the warmth, and like 100%. But I just think maybe if I was coming in with my dog, I would have that sort of control. In fact, Bev, I wanted to get your opinion actually, because you've got like a little coffee shop, but yours is kind of sort of based a little bit outside as well. So I just wondered what your thoughts were on it. So let's see what you're all saying in the chat, because I'm just intrigued. Oh my God, it's split. It's so 50-50. 40 at the moment, 49% of you are saying yes, dogs should be allowed in coffee shops, and then 51% of you are saying no. So it's completely split. So I think we've got a really good debate going on here. Penny says, as a child, I was allergic to dogs, but it wouldn't bother me as long as they are good. That 100%, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Lucy said, the coffee shops where I live let dogs in Rugby Town. They should have them outside in spring and summer, but I've have a separate room for them. The chain Bewitched let dogs in. Obviously that's the name of a venue, I assume. Barry, thank you so much for something warming on a chilly morning. Thank you, Barry. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I will go and get something warm on a chilly morning. I think there's a PSL calling me today. Michelle says it's all about the attitude of the owner. Yeah, if the owner is letting the dog do that, the dog will not think anything of it. Yeah, I don't think you can blame the dog. I think, Michelle, you've got like a really valid point. I think it's down to the owner. I think the owner needs to, like, if you've got a dog that you know is just going to jump up at every Tom, Dick and Harry, then you kind of think, I better not take my dog in this coffee shop because he might be jumping up at people and people might not like that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than the dog doesn't realise, the dog just wants to be friendly. Do you know what I mean? So it is sort of down to the owner. I totally agree with that. Vera said, I think they should have dog-friendly cafes and no dog cafes for people that have issues with dogs. I mean, yeah, like we were just saying, if you've got like an allergy, like I'm asthmatic, but to be fair, being an asthmatic, my asthma, touch wood, is not severe anymore like it was when I was a kid. But I think some people could be bad asthmatics, couldn't they? And they could be like, well, dogs can trigger my asthma. Do you know what I mean? And I've gone into a coffee shop and I weren't expecting it. But then as long as the coffee shop is saying dogs are allowed in here, then an asthmatic can go in and go, okay, I've got this choice because there could be some dogs going on in here. Lara says dog owners need to be more responsible. Yeah, I think this is what it's all about, isn't it? It's like if I'd gone into Starbucks and got up to the counter with my dog, if soon as it jumped up at the counter and had its paws on, I'd be like, oh my God, no. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not, you can't blame the dog situation. You can't blame the owner for wanting to go into a coffee shop with a dog either. I think, like you say, it's all about that control on both parts. I think it's the control on, like, the coffee shop's part. Bev, I want your take. I need to hear what you've got to say because Bev has a coffee shop. Let's see what she says. Bev says, in Brighton, there are cat cafes too. But Bev, what about, like, Gabby, dog-friendly cafes are more busier than non-pet friendly. I have regular dog owners and dogs who come daily for doggy ice creams. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, this is another reason it's good for business, isn't it? Because you're, especially where you are, because you're on the seafront, aren't you? So you're going to get a lot of dog walkers in there. Like, it's not like you're in a town. Like that Caffè Nero one, for example, that was in the middle of the city. So you didn't really get many people walking around with dogs there. So that was a little bit of a really unexpected situation when that dog sort of jumped up at my mum. But yeah, I think, Bev, you're absolutely right. If you're to stop people coming in with dogs, you are alienating a lot of your customers in, like, what's the word? If you're in that sort of certain area, like, so 100%. I think bottom line is from a overall perspective is that customers should just have an idea of how their dogs may behave in certain environments and have that little bit of sort of control, I guess, do you know what I mean? And sort of know the boundaries and stuff like that. And again, like with the coffee shop owners, so to speak. But I do think it's wise that they are allowed in for business purposes and for customers as well, because customers want that comfort if they're on a dog walk, or even, you know, they have that company of their dog, so totally get it. But it's just about making sure that the food, I think, and people's drinks are separated from that sort of hygiene factor. Do you know what I mean? That's what I kind of think. Oh, there we go, Bev. That's good, Bev. So Bev says this winter I'm having an indoor separate area built. So I think that's exactly what we did at the camp. We had a certain area so there could be the dog walkers in comfort. And it's the same like if you're talking about like accommodation, like when I was working at the park, we had like pet friendly units, you know, because people that were not pet owners or were pet owners but didn't necessarily have a dog that shed hair or things like that, didn't necessarily want to be in pet units. So you keep them separate and you say, right, this is the section for people that want to come on holiday that have got the pets, they can use these units. And you've got these units for people that don't have pets. So just in case there's any allergies or any issues there, they're fully aware that they're in units that don't have pets. And it was so important that it was kept separate. And I think the same sort of rule kind of would be useful if it applied in a coffee shop, because I know as a customer that I would feel a lot more comfortable drinking my hot drink, hello Bubs, drinking my hot drink if I knew a dog hadn't been sniffing the lid I was going to drink from. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing against the dog. It's just like, don't sniff that lid. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, have a little sneak. Casper, I'm trying to work here, man. Bless him, bless his little heart. So I actually did put this into ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT had to say about the situation, because obviously ChatGPT, I'm going to say ChatGPT, but it's ChatGPT is very like logical, because it is a computer as such with a logical like verdict on absolutely everything. Why is that saying close there? Hang on, I'm just trying to get onto my messages because what have I done? No, hang on, come out of that. Oh my god, I should have had this sorted. I'm sorry guys, bear with me. Are you all enjoying the coffee morning this morning? If you are, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You know, we're just sort of putting the world to rights to make this an easier place for everyone on this channel. No, hang on. Don't want to go on that. Why does it keep taking me to Meta? I don't want to go to Meta. Help, Tim. Why is my Facebook just not opening and going on to Meta for? It keeps taking me to my business account. I don't want to be on it. Oh, it's done it again! Oh my god! I just want to go on my normal messages. Hang fire, we will get there. Why does it keep doing that? I just want to go onto my normal Facebook and check the message I sent myself. That's all I want to do. And it just keeps taking me to Meta. I hate modern technology. I hate it. It sucks. Come on. Play the game. Play the game. If I start from the beginning, Facebook login. Oh my God. Sorry guys. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. 160 people watching this morning. Hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying Coffee Morning. I think we're there. Hang on. Let me just change my private. I've got it. I'm on it. Why have I got to put in my code? No, what? No. No, I don't want to go on to that. Oh my God. Oh, hang on. I've got it. I'm on. Right. So ChatGPT says, right? Dun, dun, dun. Whether dogs should be allowed in coffee shops is a matter of local regulation and business owners' discretion, with arguments centering on hygiene, allergies, and animal behaviour versus the benefits of pet friendliness and potential customer loyalty. Arguments in favour of allowing dogs. Dog-friendly culture. Many dog owners prefer dog-friendly establishments, and allowing dogs can attract this customer base. There's a knock at the door. They've come to pick up the toaster from Next. Maybe not. Oh yeah. Oh my God, I've got some good news as well. Hang in there for the good news. So yeah, that's exactly what Bev was saying. A positive atmosphere. Some argue that well-behaved dogs can enhance the atmosphere and lead to a pleasant social interactions. Yeah, I agree. Business opportunity. Businesses that are dog-friendly may gain a competitive advantage and loyal customers. Exactly what Bev was saying. Arguments against allowing dogs, health and hygiene. Concerns exist about dogs shedding hair and dander, which can pose hygiene issues and trigger allergies for some customers. Behavioral issues. Some dogs may bark, whine, or become disruptive, which can negatively impact the experience for others. Risk and food safety. Dogs are not permitted in food preparation or storage areas, and strict hygiene rules are needed for any contact with dog-related items. Regulation and best practices. Owner's discretion. In many places, there is no law against dogs in cafes, and the decision to allow them rests with the individual business owner. Service animals. Coffee shops must comply with laws that protect the rights of customers with service animals who are often legally allowed indoors. Clear policies. Businesses that choose to be dog friendly should have clear rules regarding leashes, behaviour and restricted areas to ensure safety and hygiene. And check with the establishment. It's always best to confirm a coffee shop's policy before bringing a dog inside, as rules vary wildly. So I think it is, like they say, it is all about control, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Like control on the business's point of view and control from the owner's point of view. And if that is well aligned, then everybody can be happy and in comfort. The people that don't have pets will be happy because the dogs are well controlled, and the dogs will be happy because they get to sit in a warm environment, and the owners are happy because they can enjoy a coffee with their dog, which is their companion. And the business owner will be happy because the lids are not being sniffed or licked, and there's no paws on the worktops, and everything's nice and clean, and all the customers are happy, and everyone's a winner. There we go. And we've just put that to bed. Lee says, the bloody wardrobe is a vlog in itself. How did you know I was going to talk to you about the wardrobe? Costa on a plane is the following up to snakes on a plane. They do have Costas on planes. Armour Design says, what about dogs allowed in hotels? Oh, well, that is a debate for another day, isn't it? Jules B, I hope it's about the wardrobe. It might be about the wardrobe. Any news about the wardrobe, Andrew Cook says. Vera says, Avon's calling. And I think it's the postman. Deborah says, hi, all in Costas having Americano and having a black Americano, sorry. Did you have much damage from the storm? Actually, no, we didn't. But a few of the heads came off our begonias. You need to log out and put it on again, Eugene says. Yes, I think I did do that in the end. Belvedere says, can't leave a bike outside. It will get nicked. But going to leave the pooch outside the coffee shop. You think the dog will get nicked? Do people nick dogs from outside coffee shops? I don't really know much about that side of life, to be fair. The dog isn't a winner, Green King. Beverly says, dogs only to bring well-behaved people with them. 100%. Amanda says, oh, lovely. Hope you're having a lovely time, Ben. Ben, where are you? Where are you, Ben? So anyway, good news. Drum roll. Do you want some good news? I know that we've had a few people keep saying, what's going on with the wardrobe? What's going on? The good news is we won. We've got a full refund on the wardrobe. But I went to hell and back. It has been one whole year. 1 whole year of fighting. Honest to God. Honestly, Mum's in the chat. Mum will confirm it has been the most stressful experience. And a lot of people would have just said to the company, just keep the money because you're just doing my head in now and you're causing me so much stress. But I fought it on principle rather than financial. I had to pay. So basically the steps were, so for anyone that's new to the channel, it is a vlog in itself. So the wardrobe, basically Holly ordered a wardrobe, came to the house, and it was pretty much unbuildable anyway because the instructions were all faded and you couldn't really see anything that was going on it. It wasn't really readable. It wasn't understandable. It was just terrible. And obviously we opened the box to get it out and it was a mirrored wardrobe. And when you saw it online, you didn't think nothing of it. You just thought, oh, a mirrored wardrobe. But when we actually got it, the mirrored panels were kind of stuck on the front. They weren't like held in very well. They weren't like wedged in, if that makes sense. And they didn't feel secure. And we were like, oh my God, they're like stuck on with what feels like glue. And we were like, these could potentially come off. And Casper is in and out of Holly's room all the time. We were like, doesn't really feel secure. It probably is secure. It is. But for our family, it didn't feel right to have it there. Like, it felt like these are glass panels. And we're not just talking about a thin glass panel. We're talking about the whole frontage of glass mirrored panels. So we were like, it's got to go back. It's got to go back. So we got the wardrobe through B&Q Marketplace. So we contacted B&Q Marketplace and said, like, we want to get this sent back. It's not right for us. And in the court of law, you're allowed 14 days to change your mind anyway for an item. And basically B&Q were like, yeah, sure, we'll sort of arrange for this to be picked up, but you will need to pay a £60 pickup charge. And we already paid to have it delivered. And we were like, oh God. And we were like, well, the thing is, it's just not safe, so we'll pay it. So we were like happy to pay this pickup charge because it just needed to go. And anyway, nothing was being arranged and nothing was happening. And we were like, what's going on here? And we must have run B&Q up so many times. And we just got people that were foreign, not really sure on the country, if I'm being honest. I can't sit here and say, oh, they're from such and such place, because I don't really know, to be fair. All I know is that there wasn't very clear understanding, and they just weren't. They were like, oh, yeah, sure, and just agreed for everything we said and said that they would get that sorted. And I was like, nothing's getting sorted. So I'd ring B&Q up again, get the same, someone different, the same situation, the same answers. And I'd be like, why is it? I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall here, and nothing was getting done. And eventually the message did get through, and they came to pick up the wardrobe. But when they came to pick it up, the guy said, I am not going to pick it up like this because the boxing is not intact. So like, well, the boxing was there and everything, but it wasn't sealed amazingly, to be fair, from our point of view, because it was hard. We had to open it. We were like, okay, fine. And they were like, went back, and then we had calls backwards and forwards to B&Q again. And we were like, what, is someone going to pick this wardrobe up? If you seal the box up, we will pick the wardrobe up. And we've paid for it to be picked up as well. We were like, okay. So I went out and bought some Gorilla Tape, and we taped it up, and it was so secure that you just it was solid. It was solid secure. Like, we were really like anal about getting this as tight as possible, so there was no problems. And it cost me 15 quid in Gorilla Tape. Yeah, so I've already spent £60 to have it picked up, £15 in Gorilla Tape, right, which is great, but it's like a really strong tape to make sure it's secure. And then they come and pick it up, and we don't hear anything, and we're like, well, we're going to get this refund. What's going on? Didn't hear anything. Rang B&Q. Same thing happened again. Got somebody was from a different country, and they said, oh yeah, we'll pass the message on. Nothing. I must have, honestly, my book, and I started to take notes, and my book, call B&Q, call B&Q, call B&Q, said they'll sort it, didn't do it. Call B&Q, call B&Q. Honestly, it just went on and on and on and on. And I was like, oh. And in the end, we eventually got a message back from the company called Art and Furniture. And they said, we only will offer you a 30% refund because you have so badly damaged the wardrobe that we only think that you deserve 30%. And we were like, what? And they told B&Q that there was 30, and they were very precise with what they said, 30 pieces missing from the wardrobe. And that's what they said. And we were like, nothing's missing, like nothing. You can't just take a great big panel out and keep it for no reason. Why would you bother? Do you know what I mean? Or hide it. The bag of screws hadn't even been opened. So it was a massive debate that just went on and on and on. And they were fighting it backwards and forwards. So in the end, we got citizens' advice and consumer rights. Consumer rights wouldn't deal with our situation because although they would deal with B&Q, they said that this was after we dealt with citizens' advice. So we dealt with citizens' advice first, and citizens' advice said you need to send a letter to them, like a formal letter, see if they'll respond. And then they did respond, and they said only 30%. And then citizens' advice said you've got to send another one. And in total, you had to send 3 letters. And each time you sent a letter, you had to give, like, I think it was like 30 days after the letter was received to expect a response. And they would always respond on the very, very last day as well. So we'd sent 3 letters saying, you know, we're going to take this further if we don't. And in the end, on the last letter, they agreed to pay 75%. And we were like, well, no, because you're so adamant that we would only be entitled to 30 because we sent it back to you broken. And now you're saying 75. So you clearly know there's some wiggle room here because you're wrong. Otherwise, you wouldn't have upped it to 75. And we're still entitled to a full refund after paying for the pickup. So we were just like, no, we're not gonna take that. And I ended up paying, in the end, I went to consumer rights. They said they won't touch the situation because although they deal with B&Q, because it was bought through a B&Q marketplace, there was no security on that. And that they were like, it's a marketplace. It's not actually B&Q. So therefore we can't touch it. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, but you're meant to be the people that are there to give reassurance to the customer. And we're so blatantly in the right, and we've made all these notes and everything. Anyway, they just said we can't. They said if you bought it from the B&Q shop or B&Q itself, and we were like, but we went through them, and they were like, but they're just a messenger basically. So they wouldn't touch us. So I was like, right, I'm just going to pay to take it to court. So we paid £75 to take it to court, and court then said we've got to go through mediation before it gets to court. This is the procedure, so we've got to do this first. So we were like, okay. So the mediator contacted us and went backwards and forwards between the two. They got our side of the story first, then they went to the company. And then they came back to us and said they stand by their 75%. And we were like, well, no, because we wouldn't have took it this far if we wanted 75%. We know that they're not telling the truth about these pieces being missing and things being damaged. So we're standing by what we want. Went back to the company, and they come back and they agreed that they would give us a full refund. And we were like, wow, 1 year later, thanks. You know what I mean? So it was hell. It was absolute hell. And if I hadn't have fought it this far, they would never have given us a refund. But it's only because I threatened them with court that they were like, they obviously thought to themselves, we're going to have to pay to go to court if this mediation isn't solved. So they tried their luck, you know, and it was just hell. I can't explain it. I never, ever, ever again will I ever buy anything from B&Q online, because B&Q didn't want to know. They weren't interested. They didn't care. They were just like robots. They were just speaking to us on repeat. They weren't helpful. They were just diabolical. It was awful. So I strongly put it out there and advise people that if you are ever tempted, I mean, you might buy something on B&Q website and get something and you're really pleased with it and it might be fine. But the problem is, if you ever get an issue, you're screwed, especially if you buy something that's really expensive. And this wardrobe was 500 and something pounds. And it got to the point in the end where I was like, I want to fight this on principle. Like, I'm fighting this on principle rather than for the money, you know, but we stood our ground and we did it. Jay says, always stand up for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone. Well done. Thank you, Jay. It's exactly what we did. Karina says, I won't be going to B&Q anytime soon after that happened to you. I think like B&Q themselves work completely different to B&Q online. But we just thought innocently, oh, we're buying from B&Q, and didn't really think anything of it. We didn't really look at, oh, it's a separate thingy. And we just didn't really cross our mind that there could be any further issues, really. We just thought we were buying a product and it would be fine, you know. Dawn says, sounds like you had a right nightmare, but well done for sticking with it. So many people get ripped off. I am like one of these people that's like, I do like to make my point on principle, do you know what I mean? And sort of stand where I can. And I knew we were right, and I just didn't want us to be mugged off when it was false allegations that we had destroyed it and 30 pieces were missing. Like, what? So yeah, it really did like frustrate me, really. So anyway, that was the good news anyway. I'm going to move on, and I am going to show you, I wasn't meant to go on a great big tangent and tell you all about that. Most of the people that follow the channel and that aren't new know the kind of story. So you're all probably like, oh, we know all this. Do you know what I mean? But I just thought if anyone's new to the channel, you might want to know. My B&Q ticker KGF shares are 22% up YTD. What does that mean? Is that something to do with building work? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. You have to explain it in layman's terms for me because I didn't get it. Joanne J said, I enjoyed coffee morning and loved seeing Sonic the Hedgehog. So this is going back a bit. Win Pet of the Week. Chris and I, this is Joanne's partner, are having a lovely holiday in Cromer. After seeing Tim's seaside video of Cromer, we decided to book a week there. I think that's so lovely. Thank you so, so much. Another comment, kind of, you know, take it rough with the smooth. On one of my spend an evening with me, someone put, but your skin is bad. Why would we listen to you? I don't think my skin's that bad. I mean, but this person thinks my skin's bad. Like, I have admitted, and I've been open about this, and I've been open for a long time, because what you see is what you get. I have got sun damage on my skin. You can probably see I've got like some patchiness going on here. But as the seasons change, it changes. But when the sun comes out, you can sort of really see it. And I do use like certain creams and stuff that can help with that. But I've not been an acne person or anything like that. And I don't think, you know, my skin is that bad. And to be fair, when I was telling people these are the products I use, you don't have to go and get them. I'm not saying make sure you buy them and you too can be like me. It was just that if anyone wanted them, the links are in the description, because sometimes I get PMs and people say, oh, what was that primer you were using? Or what was that eyeshadow you were using? So that's why I put the links in there. So, but you do get people that have things to say, don't you? Rux sent me a message. Rux is in the chat today. Rux says, hiya Gabs, I'm catching up. I've had a right nightmare of a couple of weeks. When you were talking about spiders, I had to comment to let you know I was bitten in my bed, in my sleep, twice by a false widow spider. I was hospitalized 3 times and now have cellulitis from the spider bites. I'm now on my 5th different type of antibiotic, so hopefully this one works. It's left me struggling to walk, so please be careful and please let everyone know I was never scared of spiders up until now. It's traumatizing to say the least. On a positive note, I have loved catching up on all your videos. Love to you and your family. That is a really nice thing to say. Thank you. And oh my God, I hope that you're feeling much better now. That's scary to think that that can actually happen. So guys, as much as most spiders are scared of us, if you do get bit by a false widow, the repercussions are not good. So be mindful. So just be mindful of that. Victoria, thank you so much. You always look amazing, Gabby. I think you might be the nicest person in the whole world, Victoria. You say the nicest things. I'm just like, oh my God, what would I do without Victoria? I would have no confidence whatsoever. She's like the nicest person in the world. Thank you, Victoria. That's a really nice thing to say. Thank you so much. Have you got any trolls of the week, Eugene says. To be fair, that was the harshest comment I got, really, about my skin. That's why I thought I'd read that one, because other than that, everyone's been pretty decent. But the views have gone a little bit down in the last few coffee mornings. So I think that means there's less trolls watching. So I'm quite chuffed about that in some respects. So there are some plus sides to it. We have got a deal of the week from a viewer and from myself as well. So Penny Jackson has sent in an email and says, my bargain of the week is a Halloween sign, 99p from Home Bargains, reversible. When we go on holiday, we also save all the winnings that we get from the 2p machine and give to children on Halloween, and they absolutely love it. So first of all, here is the Halloween sign that you can get for 99p from Home Bargains, which is quite a nice little trimming, isn't it, for 99p? So there you go. If you're interested in one of those, get yourselves to Home Bargains. And we've also got the reverse side of the picture. 99p though, bargain. And we've also got an orange pumpkin on the other side saying trick or treat. So, oh, thanks, Dawn. What you see is what you get with me, Dawn. It might not always be good, but it is what it is. So there we go. So that is your bargain of the week. And these are the items that they stash for all the trick-or-treaters when they come round from the 2p machines. I tell you what, you are a team player, Penny. Like, that is so good and decent that you think of all the kids and do that. That is so, so sweet. There we go. So anyway, that is the viewers' deal of the week. And mine, it says reduced to clear. How much were they originally? It's blurry. I can't remember the price, but you can see the price it is now. But it's reduced to clear in Tesco. Oh my God, I'm loving the autumn Halloween stuff in Tesco's. Oh, honestly. £2.45. These ghostly mugs. £2.45. How cute are they? Oh, thanks, Dory. Penny says cute. They are lush, aren't they? I'm going to go back and bag myself some. Oh, I'm going to go in there today, Natasha. Michelle says, love those. Oh my God, I just love these mugs. I've got to go back and buy some. I've got to have these mugs for Halloween. I've got to go and buy some because they are so, so cool. This brings us now to Pop's quote of the week. So are you guys ready for it? Because if you are ready for it, we need a drum roll. So please, 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 drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up and share the love for Coffee Morning. We've got 83 thumbs up this morning, but we've got 159 people watching. So please smash the thumbs. Please do it. Do it. Do it for the love. Do it for Deal of the Week. Do it. Okay. Let's find it. Let's find it. Pop's quote of the week. This one is for the ladies, actually. So it's one for the ladies. Okay, here we go. Husbands are the best people to share secrets with. They'll never tell anyone because they aren't even listening. You never even heard it. You never even heard me say it. So Dory says, very true. I'm just going to repeat it. Husbands are the best people to share secrets with. They'll never tell anyone because they aren't even listening. Dawn says that's about right. Did you hear that?
What's that?
See what I'm saying?
I was in the other room, darling. With
And on that note, we're going to wrap Coffee Morning. What? Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please tune in for the premiere this evening. I think I'm going to premiere it about between 7 and 8. I'm not sure yet, so keep your eyes peeled for the notification.
Just make sure you spend the McDonald's voucher before someone.
I know, we've got to go McDonald's today, otherwise we're in trouble. Well, we're just giving away a freebie. We're giving away a freebie. In fact, I could collect them all and I can give them away on my wine night, couldn't I, Tim? And then I'd be a really good girl for giving all these prizes away to people. Yeah, so anyway, tune in for the premiere tonight. Just to let you know, the Mums Club, I think, is going to happen on Friday because we've got stuff that's going on all week. It's a mad one. It's a mad one this week. So hopefully Friday. So just keep your eyes and ears. We need to keep your ears peeled, such, but your eyes on the notification. Click the notification bell so you get notified with what's going on. And I will catch up with you soon. Make sure that if you're going to do anything today, make sure that it's something positive and go and bag yourself either a trick or treat sign or a ghostly cup. See you later, everyone. Bye.